Sense featuring Melissa Got Grace, getting us into that lovely feeling on a Monday. You know, we shouldn't have a Monday blues. I don't believe in Monday blues. Some people do though, but it's okay. If you believe in them, so be it too. But I always ensure that I start the week right. It matters how you start the week. And speaking of that, how we start the week here on Reaching Higher is by motivating the listeners and encouraging the listeners. And so, what better way than to encourage the listeners through, career strategies as well, how to climb the career ladder. And we have got a career strategist, as she calls herself that, of course. And I truly believe she really is a career strategist because she imparts and informs and encourages various people with their careers and how they can climb the career ladder. And I'm talking about none other than Kodani Hlatshwayo. Welcome back, Kodani. Thank you so much once again for allowing us to be with you this Monday.
Thank you so much, Bantu. I just love how you just called me a career strategist.
But you are one, aren't you? You tell me that you're a career strategist.
I know. It sounds great coming from you.
No, okay. You're going to let me blush. It's not about, it's about you right now.
Oh, thank you so much for such a warm welcome. I'm glad to be here with, this rain that came just out of nowhere. I was walking and it just started raining. Sure.
Yeah, and it came down heavy. So then we were like, let's do it via the internet rather for our segment today, and you not being studio so that you can be safe out there. Now, Kodani, for anybody who doesn't know who you are, can you tell them a bit about yourselves before we get into the topic for today?
Kodani Hlatshwayo, as you mentioned, a career strategist. I studied mechanical engineering and a postgraduate diploma in business management. I am a mom of two beautiful boys. I'm a wife. I was born and raised in Limpopo. I think I don't mention that much when I introduce myself, but yes, I was born and raised in Limpopo. And I'm a founder of Career and Corporate Hub, which brought me here. I'm quite passionate about careers and really seeing everyone growing into their career. Like career, how do you sustain your career? So that's really what I'm passionate about, and just the strategy. If you want to go into, if you want to grow in your career, you need a strategy. Hence, the career strategist coming up now.
And it's very much needed, because some people get into careers and you find yourself in the middle of it. And then some people call it a midlife crisis, but it's because they're stagnant, they're no longer growing. But, was there a roadmap or career map that was put in place? And that's something that I didn't realize or something that I overlooked myself. But after having our sessions, I was like, let me get on it, because I think it will help us also as we navigate through this journey of life. Because if you have a roadmap, if you have something to put down, a strategy in place, it will keep you accountable to that. Can you touch on accountability as well as you navigate your career as you're growing? How important is it to be accountable?
I mean, accountable, I look at more of mentorship. And then when you talk about accountability, I actually like the word accountability. Before I really touch more on accountability, I'm actually having a yoga session with, different people, about 15, where we're going to be holding each other accountable for our careers, or rather the goals that we have set, because oftentimes we talk about where we would like to be, the goals that we have set up for ourselves, but we never follow up. So now when we talk about accountability, that's following up on the goals that you would like to achieve in life. Looking at our day-to-day basis lifestyle, you wake up, you go to work, but there are other things that you would like to achieve. perspective, how are you holding yourself accountable? Do you have anyone to hold yourself
100%.
accountable? And, somebody who can hold yourself accountable then can be your mentor, because they can help you, review your blind spots. They can help you to work on your blind spots. They can help you to work on your goals as well if you don't know how to achieve those goals. So that's why accountability is vital in your career. And looking at where you are now, I mean, looking at somebody who's just finished, or rather, we all go to university for most people, and then we get into a workplace. When we get there, our main goal, if we're doing an internship, is to get hired. But we don't look at what does
Yes.
getting hired mean. How are we going to sustain our career? How are we going to have a continuous growth in our career? That's where you really need to be accountable to make sure that there is growth in your career, and you don't get really frustrated, because a lot of people get frustrated at work because there is no that rather like a career
Growth.
roadmap. There is career
Yes.
roadmap to map your growth. How does your growth look like as a junior specialist where you are? How does your growth looks like in 3 years, in 5 years time? So career roadmap then helps you to be accountable for where you would like to be in the future. Yeah.
All
So
right. So thank you so much for sharing on that one. But now there is a topic that we have touched on before, and I would love for us to dive into right now. LinkedIn. How does that platform work? Because we hear about younger people get recruited on LinkedIn. They get
yeah.
put your work out there. And we were talking, over the weekend via social media about someone who mentioned that this thing where your work should speak for yourself. And someone was like, your work won't speak for it's yours or on your behalf, rather, if I'm putting it that in the right way. You need to speak up and tell people this is what you're doing, this is where you
Mm-hmm.
are,
Mm-hmm.
So how does one do that using a platform such as like LinkedIn? How can we make it work for us to grow in our careers?
Yeah, I mean, LinkedIn is used by professions to show their career experience or just their career. So it's more like very linked to like careers. And we use it for networking. You can also use it like any other social media, but focusing more on careers. A lot of people say LinkedIn is for corporate, and I would like to disagree that it's not for corporate. It's for anything that is career related. I see a lot of
Okay.
people. Yes, like for example, people on marketing, you would think that marketing should go under maybe Instagram, but you can also use it for LinkedIn, because that's where you also connect with, people that are in different professions. So you can use
Yes.
LinkedIn to link up with people from different careers or in your career field. You can also get a mentor through LinkedIn. The world has become very small that these social media platforms, we can use them to grow in our career. And LinkedIn is one platform that can really help you to fast track your growth, to connect with people that are in different countries. So really, I feel like a lot of people don't utilize LinkedIn the way it should be utilized. I talk a lot about you must speak for your work. Don't
Yes.
work very hard and think that your work will speak for itself. So therefore, LinkedIn, the work that you're doing, you could talk about it on LinkedIn, and that's where you get a lot of engagement. A lot of recruiters are on LinkedIn as well. So you're talking a lot
Okay.
about your work. Recruiters can also get attracted into your profile and recruit you for other positions, like other promotions, or like it helps. And also, like, looking at it, for me,
Yes.
the way it has worked for me, I have connected with a lot of with executives in the organization that I worked for through LinkedIn, because of how
Okay.
much I talked about my work, but not really sharing details about my work, because there's also that confidentiality about the scope that I do at work with the
Yes.
company. But who is Kwadani? What is my brand? And that's where you can really do like your personal branding as a profession on LinkedIn. And
All
if a
right.
company wants to hire you, they can also go to LinkedIn and look at your profile. So your profile should really speak for itself. That's where you are selling your work. And yeah,
Okay.
so LinkedIn really, let's look at it like, for an example, a lot of people use TikTok, they use Instagram. So now how do you bring your professional space into LinkedIn? You could also utilize it the same, just that in a more professional manner. But it doesn't really have to be professional. I mean,
Yes.
you just need to talk about, careers, like other careers. Yeah.
Okay. So then can we zoom in on when you say that recruiters do go and look at your profile on LinkedIn? So how can I position myself on LinkedIn where a recruiter can find my profile? How do I or how should the profile be lined up or be profiled on LinkedIn?
Yeah, great question, Bantu. Actually posted a status not so long ago on LinkedIn saying that I'm starting to suspect that recruiters do not view profile with an open to work banner because,
Sure.
a lot of people with an open to work banner are frustrated at work. That's why they are looking for,
Okay.
to go elsewhere. Have you ever
Yes.
found yourself, coming out of a meeting with your manager and, that meeting didn't go well and you leave the meetings,
Mm.
bang the door, and you go and update your CV? That's how most people do with LinkedIn. They go there and change the banner
Okay.
to open for work. So, and besides that, a lot of people that are in, happy at work, they don't have that banner. Looking for growth, they don't have
Mm.
that banner that they're open for work. So now this is also where your career roadmap comes in. Like how do you strategize to get into the next level with LinkedIn, with, like in your career. So now if you know exactly where you want to
Yes.
be in the future, then you would utilize your LinkedIn like properly. So now talking about recruiters, the status I was saying that I'm starting to suspect that, a lot of people, I mean, recruiters don't look at the open to work banner because, first of all, their profile does not have a lot of information. So now recruiters want to see under your highlights, who is this person, without going into the
Okay.
profile itself, which a lot of people don't update under their highlights. When you look at their profile, it is open for work and then it shows dot 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 dot, not it's not showing the qualification and it's not showing maybe like your profession. So now how is then
Yes.
recruiters going to view your profile if there isn't anything to look out for? You have to add your job description as well. The way your CV is done, your job description on your CV, just copy and paste it into your LinkedIn profile. That's how you are
Okay.
selling your profile. That's how you are talking about your work, and attracting recruiters, increasing your opportunities of getting hired in other companies. So if you have that open to
Okay.
work banner, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with having it. I'm just saying that it has a very bad stigma around it because a lot of people who have it are frustrated at work. However, make sure that your profile is updated because a lot of recruiters also commented on my status, the one where I posted that I'm starting to suspect that they don't look at the profiles. And they said, we do. However, the people with the open to work banner do not have any information in their profile. So now, with the
Mm.
high unemployment rate in South Africa, when companies are looking, people are always moving, to different companies looking for
Yeah.
better
Yeah.
opportunities. If they need somebody now, where do the recruiters go? They go to LinkedIn and they want to see if
Okay.
you are the right candidate for the job. Because, if they go and they see your job description, they can quickly give you a call. And besides it being used by, the recruiters, you can also approach recruiters on LinkedIn because, they
All
post a
right.
lot of jobs now. A lot of companies now are hiring through LinkedIn. So now, how do you
Yes.
then put yourself in a position where you can easily get your profile considered when you talk to someone? And I was talking about LinkedIn profile that if you see a job being advertised by an acquisition specialist of, for an example, it's a company A, an acquisition specialist advertises a job, or talent acquisition specialist rather, sorry about that,
Yes, yes.
advertises a job, go into their inbox and tell them you're interested in the job. And a lot of people were saying that, no, I've done that. But then when I go look at their profile has nothing. So if then
Mm.
you are approaching the recruiters, then your profile should speak for itself. You don't want
All
somebody to
right.
say, hi, and then like you are explaining what you gonna bring into the company, and now when they go into your profile there's nothing. That back and forth, people don't want the back and forth communication. Just be
All
direct
right.
with
All
your
right.
information with an updated profile. So that's why it's quite important that your profile is updated, so that you can utilize it correctly and also attract recruiters. Yeah.
All right. So, in a nutshell, are we then saying that LinkedIn is a platform? It's basically your CV, but yet it's on a social media platform. So, in the more
Correct.
professional way to put yourself out there, because some people don't even look at the is it a hard copy? Yeah, what is yeah, or the soft
Yeah.
copy, one of the two. Where, like for example, where you print out the CV or you email them the CV, they'd rather prefer to go through your LinkedIn profile to recruit you as a candidate. So you're saying that we should have an updated profile on LinkedIn, which is also aligned to your CV. So you can't
Correct.
make up things for LinkedIn,
No,
which doesn't correlate with your CV.
no, you can't. And I've had a lot of people saying that they are scared of updating their social media, rather LinkedIn profile, because they don't want people to see what they are doing. But that's where you sell yourself. If you are looking for
All
growth,
right.
if you are looking to connect with people from different, in higher platforms, that's where you could also, use that profile to your advantage and show your work. So it
All
has to be
right.
like your CV, yes, because your qualifications go there, your job,
Yes.
your previous work experience go there. So you have to also constantly update your LinkedIn profile. I mean, my LinkedIn is very much up to date, and also I post a lot about my work. For an example, this weekend I joined an initiative that the company that I work for did, to go to different schools to donate books. They're promoting reading because, and it was very close to my heart because I didn't really take reading seriously. And
Yes.
now looking at what they were promoting, it's something that is lacking in, the Department of Education, for an example, that a lot of schools don't have books. I don't even want to start with a library, but just books for improving literature. So now me talking
Yes.
about that, it means that it gets more people interested, more people engaged, and more people now look at my profile. So now they're able to see what I do. So now if there are recruiters there that are looking for somebody of the same portfolio, but not necessarily of what I was doing, but maybe somebody who studied mechanical engineering with my experience, then they are able to approach me because now I'm talking. So me posting is bringing more people to view my profile.
Okay. Oh,
Yes,
nice.
yes,
Okay.
and you've had people saying that or rather on your LinkedIn profile, haven't you got a a notification saying that you appeared in maybe 300 searches, but within that
Yes.
300
Yes.
searches, you're not getting any called in terms of like uh, you know like for interview, or you're not getting any shortlisted, but you're wondering, why am I
Yes.
getting so many searches from different companies and it's showing like different companies? The
Yes.
reason why you're also not getting any calls, it's because your LinkedIn profile is not updated. When they go into it,
Oh,
it is
wow.
blank. So now, yes,
Yeah.
people are seeing the work, but the recruiters, they can't get to your profile because, I mean, they can't
Hey.
contact you because it's blank. So that's why it's
Yes.
really important that you put your work out there, because your work will never speak for itself.
Hey, and I don't think we can ever not emphasize that. Now, if anybody, Kodani, would like to have a session with you on how to, put themselves out there on LinkedIn and update their CV, because I know that you've got a CV template that you can send to individuals. How can they contact you? Please do share with us your contact details as well as your social media handles.
Yeah, so my email address is career.corporatehub@gmail.com. On TikTok, it's career and corporate hub. I share a lot of career and corporate information there, so there's a lot to learn. And then on my Instagram, it's Kodani_H. So on LinkedIn, Kodani Sadrayo, you can connect with me, and there's a lot to learn, in my profile. Yeah.
I truly believe that there is a lot to learn, and there's so much insight that you can get from Kodani's profiles, but also even on TikTok, you have live interviews with different career experts and people in those fields. So people should find you on social media so that they can find where they can find you next. Once again, thank you, Kodani, for climbing the career ladder segment, and we will do this again next week, Monday.
Thank you so much. And the book that I'm reading this week, for those that are interested, is it's by, sorry, why am I forgetting this book? Shonda Rhimes.
I hope it's speaking to you.
Yes, no, it's speaking to me. Shonda Rhimes. This is a year of yes.
Oh yes.
It's a great book. Yeah, it's a great book. Really, especially for the guys that are introverted, that have an introvert personality, I would advise that they read it. It's a great book. I'll send you the picture so that you can share with the listeners.
All right. If anybody would like to, get the contact details for Kodani, please do WhatsApp me on the WhatsApp number. It is 072-942-9270, and I'll also share the title of the book if you would like it. And that was today's edition of Climbing the Career Ladder with Kodani Sadrayo.